time you sit around worrying about it and trying to plan a painting, you could have completed the painting already.
It probably looks a little more vacant in here than you're used to, but that's okay. That's okay, because we got a classic joining us today. We're gonna take this big guy right here. I think that's right. Moving a little over to the left. Oh, that's my right. Okay, I might be stupid. I think we're good. But wait, now this space here is vacant. So we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna put him right here. Back away slowly. How's that? A little bit of redecorating, remodeling going on here. Yeah. Welcome back. Doing a little bit of remodeling since we had a painting leave the studio the other day. My mom came to pick up her painting for her new place. This is some older work, some work from 2024 that I had at my last show. That big one there is the cover to my book that I released a while ago, but since it didn't sell at the show that it was intended for, I don't ever intend on actually selling anymore. Hopefully that goes to like my grandkids. Guy in the back is Brainstorm. That's my little brother's favorite piece there. This is pretty cool. Custom frame and everything. The black and red hits. It's pretty sick. If you're ever interested in anything you see in this studio, you can catch it at www.yee'sart.com. Is that the first self-plug? That's the first self-plug. Check me out if you ever want a painting from your boy. No? You said you're just here to watch? Got it. That works too. But welcome back to Studio Hero. You just can't get enough of this place, can you? You just can't get enough of this place. I know it's great, but me and the boys are happy to have you. Speaking of all these paintings, I actually want to see if we can maybe get a painting done since I do want to be a painter. I haven't even shown myself painting yet. We're 3 episodes in. So I know that's one task we have for this week. Yeah, that's not all. That's not all. Hold on. Remember that poster I put up on the first episode by my desk? Yeah. Well, now they got that same poster, but bigger, because size matters. Get your mind out the gutter. So we're gonna be taking this guy here and putting it right over there where the original is. I don't know, I just feel like bigger posters look cooler, and I bought this cool frame for it too. So yeah, painting. I actually want to show you something else too. So before we put that up, check this out. We're gonna be tying up some loose ends from episode 1, because look at this right here. That card I was designing and telling you guys about, we actually have it now. This thing is sick, bro. Like, the holographic effect on it is actually, can I put it right there? I got a couple of these for whenever the shirts release, but making these just makes me want to make an entire TCG. And I got an old white shirt of mine. So today, we're actually going to be printing the very first print of that shirt. I hope this isn't your first time here, but if it is, go back to episode 1, because you got to get catched up on like what I'm talking about. You probably don't know what I'm talking about right now. So go watch episode 1 and get caught up. Do I want to tackle making that shirt first and get that out the way? Or do I want to start the painting first? Let's, damn, I really don't know which one I want to do. Let's prep our painting first and see if we can get down at least like the background. And then we'll see what happens when it comes to screen printing. Anyway, let's get started. Hey, sorry to disappoint, but there's no call-in request for today. This one's a little different. Instead, I'd like the time to just do some art for myself, if that's cool with you. Just had a cool idea and I thought I'd share it with you, right? I'm a month into the year already and I haven't even made a painting yet. It's even worse that I'm 3 videos deep into this YouTube series with not a single painting video out yet after introducing myself as a painter. Pitiful, yeah, I know. But today, we changed that. So sit tight, just let me shoot some reference, get to sketching and canvas prepping, and after that, I'll meet you on the other side. Cool? Cool. Hero out. All right. It's a brand new day. Decided to just finish that sketch of the painting last night and then come back, because for some reason I always decide to start painting. We're working on something at like 10 o'clock at night when I'm tired, right? I hope you like this little like makeshift recording area I made. You know, just kind of trying to make it more visually interesting in like the corner of my studio over there. That's where I usually work at. I've never painted on my coffee table, but I don't really care if it gets paint on it. It's an art studio. But there's not a paint everywhere, then you're not arting hard enough. So, you know, we got some water here. We got Sonic holding the brushes. Our little wood panel circle thingy here. My paint plate. This thing weighs like at least 15 pounds. It's just 15 pounds of dried paint. Ow! From like over the years. But this is what I paint on. Let me grab an extra rag. All these crusty rags in the studio, I promise. Oh my God. Jesus, I promise this is pain. Yeah, we'll sit this over here for now. Let's go ahead, get gloved up. Okay, other hand. Jesus Christ, he's the ghetto. These gloves have been through so much. And you don't need gloves or any kind of fancy equipment to paint, by the way. I just like them. Well, because they keep my hands clean and I get paint everywhere. Two, because gloves just make everybody look cooler. So, spike bracelet back on, courtesy of my rock star girlfriend. Keep her on my wrist. And we're gonna be taking this red and making it our entire background for our character here, who is obviously me, if you couldn't tell. So, let's go ahead and change that camera view and get to work. Okay, so we're back with our split screen. Hope you have a decent view down there. I'll get better at setting this up so you can see as well. I'll build an eventual like painting setup. Let's go ahead and get some red paint down on my paint plate here. Gonna need a good bit of that because it's gonna be our background. Now I've got a pretty decent sized brush here because we're just doing the background here, and you don't have to be super clean with all your lines and things of that nature because it's gonna get covered up for the most part anyway. But forgive me, I don't think I've even asked, how are you today? I hope things are going pretty smoothly for you and that you have been succeeding in all your artistic endeavors. I hope you're not fighting burnout, And if you are, maybe this video here will help you, inspire you, and there's no excuse why you can't be doing this alongside me, right? This right here, this like wood panel thingy, got it from Walmart. This is literally Walmart paint. 50 cents. Come on. The total cost of like the materials I'm using right now, 50 cents for the paint, about 15 for this wood panel, but canvases are usually cheaper. And the brushes were probably about like $5 for a pack of like 10, It's about $25. Go ahead and lock in and like, maybe draw yourself as a cool character and paint it. But today, since we're not doing any call and requests, and I guess this is a more of an episode focused around me, kind of just want to take the time to tell you why I'm into painting and why I love painting so much. Because growing up, I thought, once I found out that you could do art for a living, I thought maybe it was only limited to comic books. I don't know why I thought, I was a dumb kid. I was a dumb kid because I used to see comics and, I saw them in stores and I was like, oh, people buy these. So what if I make comics? I can sell them eventually and maybe I can have this as a job. So that was my like goal for the longest time. Eventually, I learned that art is literally everywhere around us and I could have gone in so many different directions, but I guess comics just made sense because it's something I was into, comics and manga. I used to just like go into the library, into the comic book section just so I can see what's there and like what can inspire me, right? But eventually I found out about artists like KEE'S or artists that sell paintings and do these grand shows, and I was like, people pay money for like paintings? I want to paint. I've never painted before. All I've ever done is like little drawings, and I'm very fascinated by big artwork, as you can tell throughout my studio. So seeing someone like KEE'S do things like that, it just amazed me. And then I saw he lived and I'm like, this dude can support a family and like so much more with his artwork. Why can't I do that? The more questions I had, the more I would look to YouTube and I would find other artists like Slew, or my favorite on the platform, 1000. Very huge inspiration to me. He's the whole reason why I'm painting on wood right now. I would have never tried wood if I didn't never see like 1000 try it, I've learned a lot of my painting techniques from him and how I do things. Super huge inspiration. And I think I prefer how he runs his community over like a KEE'S, a KEE'S is more mysterious and reclusive and in these big galleries versus 1000, makes videos and talks to his community. And I think that's what I want. I want this, what we're doing. I don't want to be some like far off artist that's reclusive and, just sells paintings and like you never hear anything from him. You can barely find KEE'S like interviews anywhere, but there's so many videos of 1000 just talking to the people and doing commissions for people and just like being on earth, a human. And that's what I want. I want to build that kind of community. And I can't say that it's not as much money in it because he's able to do exactly what I want to do with his art, and that's support a family, which is just like my major goal. I want to just do what I love, but also be able to take care of, the people I love in my life. So when I decided that I was going to be a painter and I was 14, I was like, well, all my favorite artists have some kind of name they go by. I need a name like, yo, I draw stuff. What can I name myself? And there it is. That's what KEE'S stands for. Yo, I draw stuff. Originally, when I had the thought, I was like, yo, I draw shit. But, I don't want to be saying, when my grandma asked what KEE'S stands for, I don't think she wants to hear her grandson, you know, say that. So I was like, let's keep it PG, right? And like I said, I'm very inspired by like graffiti artists, cause I think I was watching a lot of Slew at the time and Tin Hun. I was like, they all draw like their names in cool ways, and I was like, these are some cool letters I could put together to make something look nice. I was like, let me take my graffiti inspiration and make a logo, and that's exactly what I did. And I have drawn this logo in so many different ways over the years. It's insane, and I've stuck with this name. I love this name. Like, yo, I draw stuff. I mean, perfectly encapsulates what I do. I just be drawing. So as simple as that. And we back. Yep, okay, so we have background painted. This is straight red. I went ahead and painted the sides as well. And I also just went ahead and kind of hit the back with some orange. Oranges and yellows have been speaking to my soul lately. I don't know what it is, but like, those are my two favorite colors right now. Red will always probably be number one though. But so I can't flip this over yet because I don't think that orange is completely dry, but we're gonna end this painting session for now. And before we go to commercial or break or whatever, I actually wanna test out our new screen and print this design on a t-shirt for the very first time. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so I'm actually extremely excited for this because this is gonna be a first for me and you. I've never printed black before, but my mentor says that once you print black, it's like gonna blow my mind. So he basically said, once you go black, you never go back. But let's go ahead and do step one. I have a white Shockaware blank. It's a little blank from my house. Shockaware is probably my favorite t-shirt brand blanks. And we're gonna use that for this design. I'm not sponsored or anything. I don't even know how that stuff works. I'm just showing love because I personally really like this brand of t-shirt, my favorite t-shirt of all time. But first things first, let's go ahead and flood our screen and get some ink on our design. Well, black does look kind of crazy. I feel like it's just gonna come out like perfect instantly. So after that, we're gonna bring our screen down onto the garment, and then we're just gonna push that ink through. I'm gonna go and give it a second pass just to be safe. Now let's see what we've got. I'm scared. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, this is so sick. Bro, oh my. This is insane. This is actually insane. Oh my god. This is crazy. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. I know you want to see too. Oh my. This is what I mean. Like, this is what art is all about. Like, this is how your artwork should make you feel. Oh my god, this is fire. Let me throw this under the dryer real quick so I can like wear this thing. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think this thing needs a second pass ink. Like, the whole design just, oh my god, bro. Let me see. Let me record this so you guys can get a look at that too. But I don't even think this thing needs a second pass. Black is definitely way easier than printing white, which I guess makes sense. Let me pull it away so y'all can see. That looks actually insane. Wow.
Jean-Michel Basquiat had endless inspiration.
Heart of the cards, guide me. Let's finish this, Kaiba!
Yo, I know there was an obvious time skip, but I just got really busy. But that's okay, because today we're gonna be talking more about those cards, or at least I want to show you some stuff before we tackle this guy here, right? So let's go ahead and get logged back in to our computer. Oh yeah, what you just saw was me working on the thumbnail for this video. Go ahead and throw that up there for a second. I hope you guys are really liking these because I'm having a lot of fun drawing them. Let me know what you think of those. Yeah, let's go ahead, get logged in, because I have some stuff on the PC that I want you to see. That was corny. Okay, so check this out. I think I got it to where you can see me and the screen. Now let's talk, all right? So making this card here inspired me to just make some more cards. And I don't know, I've just been having a lot of fun thinking of different concepts, right? And I'm thinking if I made a TCG set, I gotta have 3 rares. So I'm thinking we go my character, Bling Bling, the little character that shows up sometimes to tell you about the call and request for the day, or if I got commercials, the mascot of the channel, this guy here. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I do little promos, little Toonami style promos, and he's always like narrating them, right? My favorite personal character I've ever created. Then we have my boy Key. I designed that logo for him just so I could make this card low key, but he also got a logo out of it. And I'm thinking this would be a pretty fire card for him. These 3 are like the chase cards of the set. This one already being created. I gotta make that one, and I gotta make that one, right? But if you got chase cards, you gotta have some kind of less valuable rarity to make these cards more rare, right? So that's why I got a rare Bob Ross here, and I got a rare Pink Hoodie Pablo. I'm gonna throw these up on the screen so you can see them better. I'm gonna edit these in. Oh, Pink Hoodie Pablo here. This one is, let me grab this painting. This guy here, it's the concept art for this painting here. I hope it's in camera, but I feel like he'd make a pretty good trading card. That Bob Ross is also a painting I did, but I no longer have him. He got snatched up. This is an older design of my character based on when I was around like 16-ish. You know, I don't even have the locks yet. Just got the do-rag and the hat. You know, my signature look back then, right? We got a rare version of Bling Bling, which this is a painting concept, a digital concept I need to go ahead and paint, which we'll probably get that done on the channel sometime as well. And then we have a regular rare Key. You know, these artworks aren't as spruced up as the rares, but that's what makes these cards more special, you know? If everybody's special, nobody's special. You know, so you gotta have some cards that are a little lesser than, so it makes cards like this a bit more exciting. So there's a big difference between this card here and that one, I believe. But anyway, I've done enough yapping. I think it's time we finally actually get to painting this guy, because I haven't done anything for him. So yeah, I think it's time we get to it. I really want to go ahead and start on his skin. So let's do that. Alright, so starting with the skin. Personally, I like to use oranges for the skin of black and brown people, especially for myself because it's more fun and saturated rather than realistic browns. And saturated is exactly how I feel half the time. But before I even get to those bright colors, I like to place my darkest colors and shadows down first. Making sure I have good contrast is key to making those bright colors really pop. Lastly, I like to apply those highlights and maybe some minor details, but we won't do too much today. Let's pick this back up again at a later day. Can I be honest? I didn't have the best day today. And I know I'm not special, you know. People have bad days every day, but this is just... It's one of those days where you walk out of your job and you just feel like I'm free. It feels like freedom to a different level, man. I got home and I just plopped on my bed and just sat there. I just laid there for a good 30 minutes, bro. These jobs, man, they'll drain the life out of you, ask you for more and more of yourself, and in return give you nothing. In return give you less and less, you know? And when the world beats me up on days like these, when I just can't seem to get a break, the only thing that keeps me going is these dreams. These dreams that, you know, one day it'll be different. You know, I truly believe that these paintings one day will give me my freedom, will give me my life. I'm only 21, but all the jobs I've had, and they all seem to be the same. They take the fire in a young man's eyes before the world's beating them down, and they take it and use as much as they can, and then when they can't get anything else out of you, they dispose of you, and then some other loser, some other idiot takes your place. These jobs really make you feel disposable. I don't know if I can do this for the rest of my life, you know? And there's nothing wrong with a regular job, but man, if I never manage to make my dreams come true of doing this for a job, I hope I just find something that fulfills me other than this. Something. Because these just normal jobs I get to get by, to pay the bills, to eat at night, they just take from your soul as much as they can. Man. They leave you feeling drained. They leave you with nothing at the end of the day. They give you just enough so you can make it to the next paycheck. They give you just enough to where like you won't. But I don't mean to bum you out. Like I said, everybody has bad days. But honestly, at this point, these bad days are the main thing that keep me pushing, the main things that keep me fighting, because I just can't get too comfortable. I was raised off tough love. You know, adversity and difficulty and challenges is really what motivates me. So being in situations that I don't like to be in, it gives me all the the more reason to just get up and make a change. I could have let that job beat me up today. I could have just crawled into bed and laid there, but I think tonight we're going to spend an extra long paint session in here tonight. This here is all I've got. And if I didn't have this and all I had was these pitiful jobs, I don't know if I'd still be here. Interpret that how you will. Without passion and purpose, what even is life? Just work, clock in, clock out, pay the bills, work till you die. There's gotta be more to life. There has to be. It has to be. At least I hope so. What do I know? I'm only 21. I'm going to continue painting this guy's black shirt. It's actually a mixture of black and blue because I try not to use pure black or pure white unless I really want some like crazy contrast, you know? Those two colors are just so stark. I try not because they distract a lot from the main piece. So I try not to use like pure black and pure white, right? I got to paint Bro's bandana. I got to paint a lot of stuff. But I think the main thing I need to really get through this piece is just some new music. So I'm going to hit up my boy Key to see if he has anything that might be able to help me with that. Got to hit the bro up for some jams. So yeah, stick around. If you're even still watching at this point, this is a bit of a longer video. We're going to get this painting done, I promise. Stick with me, okay? Hang in there.
Hello there.
My fault. Yo, it's Key. Anyway, it's Key. I'm the producer for Corey's videos. All the music you hear on his channel is on me. I made it. And now you see the face. There's a face to go. Good to see y'all. So, Corey has given me this mission to pick a song, tunes for his new painting that he's doing for this vid. I'm gonna look through some songs to see what I can get him. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing I was thinking about Corey and his art and stuff, he has a very cartoony, high contrast art style. I don't know, the first thing I hear when hear his beats, what? His art. What? He can hear art? Look at his art and see his Jet Set Radio. So lucky for him, I made a song named Jet Set Radio.
This is Tokyo's hard-walking, truth-talking, always squawking, Jet Set Radio. Even the cops tune in here when they're not eating donuts. Got some blood letters on the walls from them lonely lovers, but they were raised before mama could see them. At first those girls were just flirting, but I guess they can't turn down a date now, huh? Jet Set Radio, now listen up. We got another letter from Osaki. He says, I burned my house down. What should I do now? How should I know, fool?
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we now have our very first painting on the channel, and I'm thinking about calling it The Protagonist. I recently was hanging out with my girlfriend and I did this personality test thing she wanted me to do on the internet, and my personality that came up, I guess, was called The Protagonist. And I thought that was pretty sick, and I was like, well, I'm painting, I already have a piece called The Art Hero, so I was like, you know, since this guy is a character and he is based on me, I believe that we all are the protagonists of our own stories in life. We're all the main character, right? So in the story of Corey Jones, the art hero, here the protagonist. I think this guy came out great. I used a lot of my favorite colors here, reds, yellow, blues. I really love the primary colors. I love the primary colors so much. But yeah, this guy's sick. Something super simple. I feel like we could get done in a decent amount of time. The next painting we tackle is probably gonna be a bigger one and something a bit more complex, but I want to do something small just to have here on the channel, right? But overall, I'm super satisfied with how this came out. And shout out to my boy Key, who came through with the tunes for me to get this done. You know, music is like the fuel to my fire when it comes to my creativity, my painting process. I need it, and thankfully I have a friend that just created some sick ass music that can help in my creative process and get me through a painting. So shout out him, and check out his YouTube channel. I have him linked in the description. You can see his entire process when it comes to making making music from start to finish. Also, I recently did some cool new art digitally. I based it on myself. I'm gonna gonna throw it up on the screen right about now. I called this one Coming Undone. I haven't posted it yet, but I just want to talk about it because, you know, this is my channel. I like to talk about my work. But this one I'm super proud of. Back in November, I was going through a pretty transitional period in my life, and it just makes sense that I was going through this and the world was changing as well. You know, the trees were going from green to red, and I wanted to be like these trees. I really admire these scarlet trees, right? That's when I went from blonde with my locks to red. It was a new color I'd never tried before, a darker red, what I'm rocking now, as you see me. I got myself a guitar for my 21st birthday, and yeah, I just wanted to draw myself and learn the new version of myself. I wanted to fall in love with the latest version of Corey, and I felt like making an art piece about it was a pretty decent way to go about it. I love me, and I love who I'm becoming. I'm not the man I was a year ago, not the man I was a couple years ago. I am the Corey Jones of 2026, and I think this piece here is all about embracing it. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. I know it's been a long video. If you ever want any of my artwork, you can check out www.kee'sart.com. If I have anything available, it'll be up there, always for sale. And I think I'm actually gonna throw this guy up there for sale. Yes, I'm throwing the protagonist up there, put him up there, so if anyone ever purchases him, I'll ship him right to you. And I'll probably like do a video on that because I've never shipped a painting before. So yeah, this guy will be shipped straight from Studio Hero to whoever wants to purchase him. If not, he'll be right over there in my painting corner, just chilling with me. I don't mind keeping him. He's sick as hell. So yeah, as always, you are always welcome in the studio with me and the boys. I just want to say thank you for watching another episode with me. We appreciate you. I have been Yids, Pikachu, Mickey, don't forget Elmo, and this has been Studio Hero. And remember, art is for everyone. See ya.